Oh, welcome to another weekly edition of the Best Way to Smoke News with Serpo Jr.
And Big J.
and stepping right on into it.
Let's do it.
What's the deal with the proposed cannabis tax on LA County ballots? One of the LA County items you'll see on your ballot is Measure C, which is all about asking voters if they agree with a tax on cannabis business in unincorporated parts of the county. Where Measure C revenue will go. Revenues produced by the tax will go to the county's general fund and will be used to basically boost the economy and workforce through programs and initiatives like the Cannabis Equity Program. California officials say they want to lower barriers to the cannabis industry for those hit hardest by the war on drugs. If Measure C is passed, it will begin July 1st, 2023. It would impose an initial tax rate of $7 per square foot of cultivation, a 4% tax on gross receipts and retail, and a 3% tax on distribution revenue. The interesting thing about this measure, however, is that commercial cannabis is still illegal in unincorporated areas of the county. So even if Measure C passes, a lot of things need to happen before a tax could even be applied. The Board of Supervisors will still have to vote to legalize commercial cannabis, and businesses will still have to get licenses. Mm-hmm. So even though Measure C is coming up with this month's voting season or election, however you want to put it, is there, and it's for us to like look at it a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
So
because we just talked about this last week also too, and this is something that's a little more information from what we had last time. No, this is and it's constantly developing.
Yeah, so it's pretty much. Oh, not to cut you off. What's up, Big J?
Oh man, it's talking about the unincorporated areas.
So man, if y'all not familiar with Measure C, look up Measure C because voting is right around the corner.
Yep. Diddy to buy cannabis operations in 3 states in a multi-million-dollar deal. So he's on Friday, November 4th, the music media mogul announced his plans to buy operations from cannabis wholesaler Cresco Labs Incorporated and manufacturer Colombian Care Incorporated for up to $185 million. According to the Wall Street Journal, Diddy's company would pay $110 million in cash and $45 million in debt financing. The rest of the amount payable post-closing upon achievement of specific short-term and market-based milestones. If approved by U.S. and state regulators in New York, Massachusetts, and Illinois, Diddy would own the largest black-owned cannabis company in the country. And I think that's dope, especially if with him taking them steps and if everything go through, if they hire, a lot of black people, it can create a whole bunch of jobs and opportunity. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at it from an economic standpoint for the black community, and in 3 different states, so it'll be able to touch people in the inner city, hopefully, with jobs in them 3 different states.
That's dope.
Yep. Moving on.
How to stop being high.
Do you really want to do that, though?
This is something we found in, what's this, Icy Tales? You can look this up on icytales.com. 10 ways to control intoxicating effects of THC. Being high refers to being in a excited state because of intoxication. Meaning you feeling woozy or good, I'm going to say. There's a long period of excitement and acceleration when a person feels high. However, while the effects of being high may seem like a fun experience, it does have a toll on your well-being and leads to mental health risks. Therefore, people often find ways of how to stop being high. So, one way, being high and its consequences. Ingesting marijuana can make you feel high. It can drastically affect how you feel. No, hold on. Excuse me. Serpo Jr. Blue. It can drastically affect you and lead to many mental health conditions. Cannabis consumers, however, have different responses when being high. Some people may feel happy and some people may feel droopy and depressed. Knowing how to stop being high can help you prevent these negative effects. Since marijuana affects people differently, the influence of THC, or delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol, I hope I got that right,
You got it.
are,
You
in
got it.
more common terms, cannabis or marijuana high on you can be based on various factors. However, a few of these areas are: how do you ingest it? How often do you ingest it? How much THC do you take? If you look at this article, you can go across and see many things of it right there.
Yep.
But at face value, something that Serpo Jr. been digging into, if you getting high and you feeling high as a motherfucker, really, a little bit of CBD snap you right back.
Snap that ass back to reality.
So yeah, if y'all, before we move on, if y'all want to look that up, Icy Tales, look it up.
Frequent marijuana smoking linked to higher risk of heart attack, studies suggest. So we dipping and diving into some shit. And I know it's like we talking about the trees and shit though, but like bad about it. But look, smoking marijuana at least once a month is linked to an elevated risk of heart attack. But this is information people should know.
Yeah.
And this is information people should know, man. Okay, heart attack. According to the new study among nearly 160,000 people in the UK, the research published Friday in the journal Cell looked at more than 11,000 people between ages 40 and 69 who said they smoked marijuana at least once a month. The scientists then compared that group to 122,000 other people in the same age bracket who did not smoke marijuana at all, and nearly 23,000 more who smoked less frequently. The study authors controlled for age, gender, and body mass index, three factors that influence the risk of heart attack. So basically, that's saying, if you're out of shape, smoking weed and stuff like that, though, you have a higher risk in a category and shit like that, though, and found that people who smoke marijuana frequently are more likely than people who did not to have a first heart attack before the age of 50. Having one heart attack increases the lifelong risk of having another or developing heart failure. So it's definitely pay attention to your body, basically, and get in shape, man. Shit, basically, man. Moving on.
Oh man, a single dose of magic mushrooms.
Yes.
Psilocybin treats severe depression. A new clinical study known to be the largest of its kind has found that a drug based on psilocybin, the active hallucinogen found in psychedelic or magic shrooms, effectively improved depression in people when administered in a single dose. The trial was led by Campus Pathways across 22 international sites, including the Institute of Psychiatry, Psychology, and Neuroscience. I hope I got that word right. At King's College, wherever it is. But it was at King's College, London, and South London, and Moodysley NHS Foundation Trust. This is where it was done. Moosley.
Yeah.
Okay. According to the study, the randomized double-blind trial compressed 233 patients who took the dosages in various degrees. So pretty much like some took small dosages, others took a little bit more, and others took a little bit more than that.
Right.
And what they come to see, the people with the lowest dosage, it had less of an effect as far as treating the depression area. But the ones who took the higher dosage, it actually attacked the depression, it calmed it, and it seemed as if it's working. So according to this little study right here, it's and the psilocybin
Yep.
hallucinogen that's found inside magic shrooms.
Yep.
So if you want to know what psilocybin is, that's the compound that's actually attacking and help treat depression.
And is it working?
I ain't depressed. But that's the weekly news with Surfo Jr.
And Big J.
Baby.
Yes, yes.